Can't fall asleep now, Brad. Don't do that.
It's a good thing I made this amazing character sheet so that we could switch systems and not use them anymore.
Look, I'm covering that during the intros, which aren't really intros.
Okay. I'm being sarcastic.
I could tell you're being sarcastic. I'm trying to make you feel better because we're still going to use that for... Look, if we don't use them here, Oath of Endosteel will keep using them until I finish the Oath of Endosteel. Okay. Look, we're live at this point, and I just realized I forgot to turn on my other lighting system, so I'm not even going to bother at this point. It's just been that kind of fucking day. Welcome to episode 19, I guess, of season 4. What do I need to cover? Hey, somebody sent me a "Is it Thursday yet?" tweet. You know, it only takes one person to brighten my day with one of those "Is it Thursday yet?" So that's where we're at. Of course, like, no one is watching right now. I don't know. And here's the thing, we're getting started without announcements, so no skipping intros. But at the end of the show, I'm going to tell you about the new Battletech RPG that I'm writing, because at the end of the last episode I couldn't sleep until 4 a.m. because I was writing constantly. Then I showed people what I wrote and they were like, no, this is wrong.
Correct.
No one can agree which parts are wrong, but everyone has something that they feel is wrong.
Everyone wants to write their own system for it, I'm pretty sure.
I can't wait to see what their versions look like.
Listen, I've come around and agreed with most of your stuff.
Sure.
Okay.
That's you. Pondo, Grimdark James, Tanarax, all very different.
Well, 2 out of those 3 people.
I haven't fully looked at your stuff yet, so I don't have any.
Yeah, Pondo, Pondo doesn't even have a... Oh my god. All right.
I haven't formed a direct opinion because I haven't been able to look at your stuff fully yet.
Okay.
Yeah, what has James really said? Has he really looked at it?
Yeah. He wants to do that derived stats.
I just feel like we don't have to get into it. We could talk about it maybe. Maybe that's a good post-episode conversation. Yeah.
It might be a half episode. We don't know yet. You know, we'll figure it out as we go.
Depends on the level of blanket cotton advances to throughout the course of the episode.
I mean, listen, you guys don't even know during the pre-sequence, Sid was basically asleep until Rad joined, and then SidAlpha goes. I
came into the call and Sid was like,
it was like he was raised from the dead.
Yeah.
It was really funny. Too bad you guys didn't get to see it. The final thing I'll say about SidAlpha is that I only had 20 minutes at lunch today to watch anything, and I settled on watching Disney's The Three Musketeers. You know what? I get the SidAlpha Tim Curry memes. All right, but
is that the original?
Yes.
Like,
Kiefer Sutherland looks like Ian McGregor, and I could 100% see Kiefer Sutherland as a very bad Obi-Wan Kenobi.
I was thinking of a different one for a second. That's with Chris O'Donnell, right?
Yes it is.
Okay, yeah. Was it 90s?
It's really bad. It's awful, but I gotta tell you something. There are lines that Tim Curry says, and I'm like, wow, this is the most SidAlpha shit he has ever said in his whole life. Like,
I remember seeing it in movie
Tim Curry and Clue, not like SidAlpha. Tim Curry,
one and more for me, yeah.
Tim Curry on Psych, not like SidAlpha.
What was the soundtrack? There was a song. Wait, doesn't like Sting do the All for One or something?
That was Brian something or other.
Somebody does it. It was huge.
You're
when it
way
came
ahead
out.
of me. Like, I don't know that I've ever seen this.
Brian Adams.
Terrible fucking song.
Terrible. But it was on the radio. It was such a hit.
Yeah, it was everywhere. Oh god, it was.
I loved it when I
loved that movie when I was young. My dad took me to see that, and my dad and my brother, we all went to go see it at the Dollar Theater. Loved it. It's great.
I used to just make fun of that song constantly.
Yeah.
Disney Plus.
Sorry.
So previously on this show, you shot a lot of people. That was the whole episode, was just shooting, basically.
Accurate.
Well, some people shot a lot of people. I was in a fist fight for at least.
All right.
rounds.
I forgot to mention this during the intro.
Some of us
right
got
here,
shot by a lot of people.
There's one piece of artwork in the art reel that's been added recently, and I noticed during the pre-stream it was not properly sized. It's Cotton's new Young Black Rabbit art. And I was like, I don't know. It probably won't come up that much, so I'm not going to bother sending it to Rad to resize this week. He's probably busy dealing with his kids right now. Huge mistake. It covers half my face. But it's not coming down. You're going to deal with it all episode, chat.
You asked me, is that when you asked me what the dimensions were?
No, that was for something else. Yeah,
okay.
That was for the Oath of Steel.
Okay.
All right. So we start the episode with everybody back at the pickup truck. Most of you are either covered in blood or some sort of bruising or like gunpowder on your hands. Heavy 7, you've required surgery and you're near death, essentially. You're like one hit away from being unconscious.
Yeah, but then I spent XP, so now I feel fine.
Correct. You don't instantly feel fine. It's going to take you a couple days narratively, but by the next time you get into a fight, you should be okay. I just want it to be clear that you currently look like you're death. But on the other hand, you do look like you're 30 years younger, as does Sid.
Also, probably boozed out of his mind.
I can hear a child in the background having a meltdown. I'll be right back.
Okay. My understanding is that Pondo, you have taken a Star Commander outfit.
Yes, Star Captain to accompany my persona of.
Correct.
Shoot, what was the name?
Well, I have
Hold on a second. I've written down.
Good. You're gonna need that.
Victor of the Moonblood.
Correct. No, Moon Bloodline. Moon Bloodline.
Oh, Moon Bloodline.
Moon Blood is something very different, my friend.
All right.
So that leaves the question of what are the rest of you doing to infiltrate Clan Society? You are... Oh, you know what? I forgot to start this thing right. My bad. Let's take it back for a moment. What we have is sitting atop a majestic horse, shirtless down to the waist, leather straps holding giant griffin head armor plating with like fake fur coming off of it, holding 2 battle axes, is very clearly Maxwell Harridan's comic book character. And he's riding honorably, very honorably, like striding, excellent posture across the battlefield over several panels. And then some clan warriors are like charging towards him, and he closes his eyes and goes into a flashback internal monologue where he's like, "It's time. My eyes were taken from me long ago, but after I captured my clan bondsman, Jeremy, and released him to allow him to once again become a warrior, he gifted to me the work of his people, genetic eye replacements. And now, using them, I can channel the fury of the Lyran Alliance." And then his eyes open and they're like glowing. And he says, "Eyes of the Archon." And the next panel is like right out of Thor Ragnarok. It's a full double pager of him like going in for a double axe attack, and dressed like a Valkyrie with wings and a toga is Archon Katrina Steiner Davian, like pushing his hand as if to guide him on the correct path. He like hits 2 different guys who both blood everywhere. Then a third guy is running up behind him with like a pole and is about to stab him, and then the dude gets shot in the head, and the camera perspective on the panel swivels, and it's very clearly Bandito. Not even an attempt to hide it. It's literally just Bandito. It's not Bandito as a Lyran Alliance member. It's not Rad's character, Butch McGurk, as Commander Starleague. It's literally just Bandito. And he blows the smoke off of his gun as he opens the chamber and loads another round into his revolver, and he goes, "There's no way I'm gonna let you attack my commander, y'all. It's me, Kenneth Cross Jr. And then he says, "This is my special move. I'm not going to be left behind." He starts juggling 3 revolvers at the same time and says, "Sublimely magnificent cross shot Mark III." And then he fires all 3 revolvers with only 2 hands somehow. Like clan warriors are getting shot in every direction. And Chia looks up from her desk, your public relations officer, and is like, "You don't think this is too much?" And the artist is like, no, people are going to love this stuff. Everybody loves Commander Starleague. And look, here's this new character we're introducing. And it's It's Black Rabbit, but she's wearing huge cat paws. And little cat, like, extra, like, foam cat paw footies. And has a cat tail. But still has the rabbit ears. And she's just like, I'm from the meow industry of Kanyao piss. Meow. And she's like, this really has to be too far. This is too ridiculous. And she's like, we focus tested it, ma'am. People love this stuff. Excellent, Rad. You made it back just in time.
That was anime as fuck.
No, it was a comic book. It was a comic book.
I came back and unplugged my headphones, so I didn't hear whatever you just said.
Good. Excellent.
Something was a comic book. I don't know.
Yeah,
Something
everything
about
was
Cross
a
Jr.
comic
sounds
book.
very painful.
Yes, good.
was
Little
very
Cross.
This will be a very meanly written letter.
So we cut over to elsewhere in the dropship where some of your senior officers, including Howler, are on communication with you. And just like, all right, sir, just walk us through this so we understand. We're sending a convoy out to recover all the clan material at that base. Now, I'm getting, and you can see him like turn sideways a couple times. All right, Rapier wants me to let you know that with that Star Captain's uniform and any security clearances you have with it, you could technically try to sneak into Command Center right now, but he doesn't think it's going to work because they're going to know that this base has gone offline. We believe they got a message out before the base was shut down. So, if you are still up for it, and might I add, you are looking exceedingly young, sir. Like, it's a
Cough
great
up
look
some
for
blood.
you. Howler is just like, yes, Warrant Officer McGurk, you're also looking younger, but not well. Are you good, sir?
Fucking living the dream over here.
He's got a couple
Look at
doses
me.
of painkillers mixed with booze. He's probably all right for a little while.
That's not medically sound.
Well, when you're out in the middle of nowhere,
perhaps not, but it is highly effective.
I understand. Well, no, I don't understand, but it's you, so. All right.
when you're out in the middle of nowhere, you kind of do what you got.
The question is, are you going to continue the infiltration process? We believe that with some sort of hoodie, you'll be able to get Sergeant Lockwood in with you. You'll still need to infiltrate the art exhibit and kidnap anyone as quietly as possible so you can get their biometric clearances, their uniform, whatever you need in order to get into the clan headquarters. Now, my understanding
walk
is
up to someone and challenge them to the Bachal and then just get it that way.
sure that could work.
You. Bachow. I bachow you.
I thought you guys were
Patrol
going
on
to
you,
seduce somebody.
patrol on your family.
It's all right, I got it. I've been listening to the, and it pains me to say this, the Kenneth Cross, How to Act Like a Clanner.
That does not exist. He died before the clanners were a big thing. You know what it is, though? It's probably
It's
something
someone
that...
else.
Yeah, it's probably something that...
They computer
Molly
generated the Kenneth
wrote.
Cross.
No, Molly
Okay.
wrote it and did it under the Kenneth Cross umbrella of encyclopedias.
From the
The
Kenneth Cross,
nonprofit.
an institute of learning.
The Kenneth
Yeah.
Cross Foundation.
I could buy that, yeah. And then they just had like a AI voice modulated Kenneth Cross.
Yeah,
walking
It
it's-
through.
probably is a nonprofit foundation, like educational outreach foundation at this point.
Or there are actually videos, but it's CGI Kenneth Cross.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
just
exactly.
a CGI Kenneth Cross.
It's like the DNA from Jurassic Park. It's just like an animated cartoon Kenneth Cross.
No, I like the idea of the
Dino DNA.
I like the idea of Rogue One Grand Moff Tarkin, you know?
Oh, yeah.
Just real enough to pass as long as you don't look too closely.
But fake enough to be uncomfortable.
Yeah. So Howler just turns and says, "Sir, someone in your group mentioned seduction, but
Yeah, we're not going that route.
Yeah, several officers over here are giving me a thumbs down. They indicate that your strength at seduction is
it's piss poor. You don't have to sugarcoat
Different
it.
route. Let's go with that.
Questionable at best.
Wow, Sid is like super offended by that.
Like, Harridan starts thinking back. When have I ever even attempted to seduce anyone where they might have been able to see it?
Hey, Maxie, are you okay? You look personally offended.
I am a little bit, but that's neither here nor there.
All right,
Comically-
sir, hit me with your best shot. Run your game. What's your
There are more
icebreaker?
important things to deal with right now.
No, yeah,
Hard
do
to
it,
get.
do it.
That's a good one. No, that was a good one.
Sir, I have Billy Wyndham Williamson IV on the line. He is laughing uncontrollably. Would you like me to calm him in?
Patch him in. Just don't want to hear him laugh.
No,
I want to
Understood.
hear Arthur do the laugh.
All right, now get him off the line.
Now get him out of here.
if you
No,
do
he's
that,
got a
I will
point,
just
guys.
go ahead and hang up this communique right now.
Hit us with your best shot, Max. What you got?
Fire away.
No.
Oh, so does that mean you are bad at seduction?
No, I'm telling you, chicks dig it when you're aloof. He's nailing it right now.
Not many, but when it comes to clan women, yeah.
Intelligence
gotta stick up his
operations
ass
is
in
Besides, it would be
impress them.
wholly inappropriate for me to even play act attempt to seduce a subordinate.
Sir, if you can't come up with a line, you can just say so.
What's your line, Bandito?
We're in a safe zone. Oh, my line? I don't got one.
Just think of one, just in case. Back.
No, thank you.
no. Like when this happens, Howler's like, no, that one could work. Approach someone and be like, I don't have a line. You're just that beautiful.
I'll let you.
Not bad.
Well, sir, I hate to say it, but out of the 5 people on this conversation, only one of us is married.
What's your point?
Got a point.
Does anyone actually know if Butch McGurk is married or not?
I feel like it would be in your file.
I feel like there might be a lot that's not in his file.
Okay.
Black
You
Rabbit
do
just
realize
assumes
that
you're
if
not.
you've been married for any significant period of time, your abilities to be able to seduce women you just met tends to go downhill rather drastically.
I'm always on the lookout for the next ex Miss McGurk.
There you go. See, he has the right mentality.
Explains
Rapier
so
pops his
much.
head into the camera and is just like, that's right! Howler pushes him away.
That explains so much.
You can hear off camera very quietly. Rapier is explaining the essence of country music breakup songs. He's like,
Being there's quite a few of
how
those
it
by
is.
heart
The
at this
great
point.
sage Taylor Swift wrote about this back in the old days on Terra.
I want to say something, but I've already said something mean to him lately.
Sir,
Why
order
are
is
we even
breaking
having
down
this
here.
conversation?
We gotta have a plan. I thought the seduction was our plan. Why do you?
The seduction was a potential avenue. It wasn't going to be the guaranteed plan, just a possibility.
So at this point, a 6th person adds himself to the call and says, Sir, this is Sergeant Major Anastasi. I just
Yes?
wanted to remind you, as this is my job as your adjutant, at the end of the last episode, you indicated that having no plan was better than having a plan because you're better at improvising.
This is true. We
I'm
should probably
hanging
hang
up
up
now,
the call
sir.
now before anything else comes brought up.
I do
Yes.
not recall that conversation, but I will accept it as truth.
She's already hung up.
Excellent. Just cut off the whole line.
At the very least, so do we have identification and everything for all 4 of us?
You can. So currently the only person wearing a uniform is now Star Captain Vincent Gray.
Did Black Rabbit not get one? 'Cause she was
Selena
gonna-
has identification, but she doesn't have a uniform yet.
I thought she was posing as the artist.
Yes, she
Yeah.
can pose as an artist, or she can pose as her clan cover. The problem, of course, is her cyber ears are going to be an
She
issue.
was going to be Nova Cat, so they just know that they were.
Well, surely she could have, prior to this, concocted some sort of very chic artistic outfit that included like a
Fake cyber ears.
a fashionable hoodie of some, like a hooded cloak, right? Something a Battletech beatnik would wear, kind of deal.
I'll buy that.
Like a silken hooded half cloak, because nobody wears full cloaks.
Right, half
I
cloak.
like the half cloak idea.
Way to go,
That sounds
for
fun.
sure. You know what cloak I really like was Ned Stark's cloak in Game of Thrones. It was like a half. It was like a quarter cloak.
Quarter cloak. Yeah.
It was like
Wait,
a
how
half
you
length, but then
No.
it was also only over like one shoulder.
First off, how are you going to say no one goes full cloak? Man, plenty of people go full cloak. The Nazgul, Gandalf.
Keep
Yeah,
naming
look where
villains.
that got them.
They lived for thousands of years as kings on undead dragons,
That's
unable
that's
to
like
be
wearing
slain by
capes in
men.
The Incredibles. No capes. No full cloaks.
I have never seen The Incredibles, so
Then I want my
That's
costume.
a sad day.
She's going as the artist. I want my costume to be as her assistant. So I'll have like a black turtleneck and like a beret. And
all right, someone's been to too many art galleries
Those
lately,
tiny glasses.
some tiny glasses and skinny jeans and like
and you're just to be clear, you're
red
trying to
Chuck
appear
Taylors
like
or
you're
something.
30 right now, isn't that
I'm
right?
made up, right? Like
Yeah.
Well,
Okay.
That
I'm
sounds
her
all right,
personal
actually.
assistant.
Yeah, I was gonna say that
Security.
actually sounds about right. Trying to seem like you're younger, still in the in
Yeah,
crowd.
exactly. I have the blue jeans that have all the designs on them on the back pockets, you know.
We're getting too close to real life,
The
though, right?
fashion
This
jeans. No, he probably has, like I said, like almost like tights. Like he's dressed like is it Audrey Hepburn, like in a Hepburn, like old black and white Audrey Hepburn movie. He snaps his fingers a lot.
He has a little stick thing.
And he carries like a really like fashionable purse, which is obviously her purse that he carries for her, like a handbag.
You put a lot of thought into this character in just a few minutes.
I keep flashing to Indiana Jones. I think it's and is it The Last Crusade? No,
Yeah,
it's the Last Crusade.
was with Sean Connery.
right, where they've got the blonde German woman with them, and
No, that's the second one, Temple of Doom.
it's in the third one too. There's a German woman that has slept with both of them.
Oh, I mean,
But
yeah.
you might be right. It might be. I don't think.
No,
it's
no, you're right. There, I just remember there was a blonde in Temple of Doom as well.
But
it
the
wasn't
scene
one
I'm
of
thinking
them.
of might be in Temple of Doom. It's where they go to the castle and they pose as people looking for tapestries, and he puts on her hat and acts like he's like an art tapestry critic guy, and she puts on his hat and acts like his assistant. No one knows what I'm talking about. I'm ashamed.
It sounds familiar. I'm trying to think which one it is now, and that just stick out. Yeah. Well, it settles
Been
it.
too
I'm
many
just have to
years.
go
I'm gonna
back and watch
go
them
back
all.
and watch them again.
Yeah.
I gotta
all
get
of
my
them.
wife to watch them.
All three, because
All
we all
three.
know there are only three
Exactly.
of those movies.
Fourth one was okay.
There are only three of those movies.
All right.
If there was a fourth one, maybe it would have been okay, but they never made one. So
But they did. That's besides the point. Wasn't great. It was still all right.
Sir, this is Haller. Are you still talking about Indiana Jones movies?
Wait, are we still in line? Thought I
which
cut
one's your
that off.
favorite?
I really like the kid from Crystal Skull.
I threw up in my mouth just now.
He felt like a realistic shifting of the indie legend.
We're done here. I sign off. I'm leaving the call.
If you did actually throw up, I actually need to stop your supply of pain pills. That's not a good sign.
Yeah, no. Yeah, give me some more of those.
No, but did you actually throw up?
Yes.
Then I'm not giving you any more pain
No,
pills.
no, I didn't.
That reminds me, because we don't do intros anymore, I still want to thank Cotton's dad for fixing her air conditioning. Thanks, Cotton's dad.
Thanks, Cotton's dad.
Yeah, he will be a victim of the no introductions now. He'll have to watch outroductions. That's how it works.
They're probably not watching tonight because they have my niece with them, and they'd probably be scared one of you guys would cuss.
This is a fair fear.
Absolutely. I am sure that we have already done so.
I'm pretty sure
And I
did.
will continue to do so. You're lucky I didn't curse as a result of you saying that.
Like I said, I don't think they're watching tonight for that reason.
They know now not to, just to turn it off immediately. Leave, never to return.
That was one of my mom's first comments about the show was she likes it, you guys are funny, and you guys cuss a lot.
Yes, I have a
Accurate.
potty mouth, I will admit.
Nothing is ever going to beat Frasier and Mouse Guard. Rao was like, I need a show I can watch with my kids. And I was like, great, I'm going to do a Mouse Guard that's real kids positive show. No cursing, no adult material. We got like 5 episodes in, and Frasier, who's never uttered a curse word in his life, had so many bad rolls in a row, he went fuck on screen. And I was like, that's it. I'm taking the kids only modifier off of this on YouTube. I'm done. I'm fucking swearing all the fucking I want now. Because we lost it, and it's Frasier's fault. So I was like,
Thanks,
you can edit it
Frasier.
out. And I was like, I can't edit out this rant. It's literally 50% curse words at this fucking point.
And we should have some kind of idea as to how we're actually going to get into the city.
Well, I got my ticket in. We could pose you guys as a bondsman. Well,
I mean,
at least I
they
could
could
pose
just
you as
pose as
bondsman,
being
Harridan.
lower caste.
How about you could be my bondsman?
That sounds impossible. I don't know if you see my data slap, but I got like
we could make
good
things really
lineage.
confusing, and we could make all of us Black Rabbit's bondsmen.
You can go for it.
People would
I
be
got my
trying to
way
figure
in.
that out. How did this autist manage to...
What would an artist be? Is that like, obviously they're not a top tier
Technician.
class person. Is that like second
Can
one
I go
down?
grab one of the tech's uniforms?
Yeah. So it's warrior, scientist, technician. I'm
Merchant.
sorry. It's scientist, merchant, laborer. Or scientist, merchant, technician, laborer.
So it's
I
pretty
suppose
low.
artist would probably be a
large-
merchant.
Okay. So middle
Can
class.
I mean, middle class in the harsh oppression of clans is not really that good. And
Okay.
Under the Smoke Jaguars, who treat anyone that's not a trueborn like they're absolute fucking trash, it's really
Carpaccio.
not that good.
Is there any merchant clothes here?
No.
Can I hack
This is a
into
military
the
base.
data slates the data slates of possibly some of the other warriors and technicians?
Yep, you did it last time.
Okay, I don't need to roll it or anything.
Correct. You already did.
Okay. But I didn't know if we had extra, if I could just do it.
Yeah, I mean, what do you want out of it?
Essentially, just find something close enough to either Harridan or McGurk and modify it for them to work.
I mean, listen, it's not going to be good. Any close, and if anybody like squints and looks closely at either of them, these are not going to match up because the two of them are pretty old for clan warriors.
What about
You look
technicians?
younger.
Ooh, technicians. That's a good question. I mean, they're probably not even going to bother checking a technician's credentials, but yeah, you can get a list of 2 different people who look vaguely like both of them.
I could do
Let's
that
do
and
that.
see if I can.
Okay, Sid, your new name is Samuel. And
Are we not doing the art thing?
Well, I'm getting
Yeah.
at least Sid. You can figure out you.
Okay. If we're doing the art thing, I'm going as Black Rabbit's assistant. I don't need a military uniform. If she has a costume, if we're gonna, I don't know if Cotton is interested or not, but if we're gonna say Cotton has a costume, we're gonna say that she got a costume for me too. So we're prepared to go
Sure.
as
Okay.
an artist and her personal assistant / security.
I would have spared no expense in buying costumes.
Just to be super clear here, owning a weapon for a non-clan warrior is impossible. Like,
Yeah, no, I don't think.
Okay.
When I say security, I just mean like he's a
you have to
Oh.
stop, get away from the artiste.
right, exactly.
Okay,
And
so
I'm the technician, so I'm basically their Sherpa,
I'm her
their
administrator.
bag carrier.
mhm.
and I would leave. I would try to take whatever weaponry of clan design to make sure I am looking legit, like multiple pistols, maybe a couple rifles.
Okay, you're
I'll
really
take,
overselling this.
Absolutely.
You really need one rifle and maybe a pistol, and that will cover you. If you're walking around with like one look, don't Nero this, okay?
I was going to more so do it as a.
This is my safety.
What was Sid's character name? Who had all the weapons?
You don't need to
Yeah,
max
that's it.
out.
Oh, it's Devo.
All right, I'll carry at least 2 pistols and a one las rifle.
Okay,
I'm not going to be able to bring my las rifle with me.
that's true.
That sucks.
And leave it in the bed of the truck.
I'll bring a las pistol with me. How about that? You can have the last.
I will
pistol.
grab a technician uniform.
No, I can't.
And leave it in the
carry
truck.
a gun. I'm not a werecast.
But I said I'll carry it, and then when you need it, I'll give it to you.
Yes, that will work. Okay, I think you do in fact have a technician uniform covered in blood, probably from someone that was off duty.
I'm sure they have spares in the closets
exactly.
too. I mean, these guys don't just wear one uniform for days and days and days.
Well, this isn't meant to be like a permanent military.
They are clanners, but they're not, complete savages.
Wow.
That's right. I went there.
Anti-clan racism. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, at this point, Haller's just like, sir, it sounds like you have your course of action picked. Mind if we hang up and just start organizing the convoy to come pick up all those clan supplies?
That would be very helpful, yes.
All right, we're going to do what we can to bring all of our anti-aircraft units with us.
It's fair enough.
All right, hanging up.
All right.
He's like looking at you to see if you'll hang up first.
I'm just going to be awkward and wait for him to hang up first.
I want to reach over and hang up.
Oh, you just failed the game.
You just lost the game.
You just lost the game.
A whole bunch of 90s kids just lost again for the second time in 2 weeks.
You're supposed to be the last. You're supposed to make sure the other presses the end call button.
Technically, you lost.
What are you talking about?
That's fair.
I hung up for you. Technically, you lost.
Oh yeah, you made me lose.
Pity.
At this point,
Inconceivable.
somewhere in your like utility backpack that you brought along on this mission, you hear a noise that sounds a lot like a 28.8 baud modem attempting a handshaking.
All right, I'll start trying to find what the hell this is.
So you pull out the tube containing your HPG black box, and it is faxing out data here. Like unscheduled, unsecured communication.
That's new.
Should I look at that, sir?
It's like a dot matrix printer.
Yes.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yes.
Do you want me to look at that, sir? That seems very alarming.
So it's printing something?
Yes.
All right. Well, just wait for it to finish. Give it some time.
So it's just 2 words.
Like watching
and
the
then
heads
the
go
whole
back
rest
and
of the
forth.
sheet is blank. And it says reinforcements inbound.
I'd like to point out it doesn't say which reinforcements.
Wait, this
That
is
would have
the-
been a
Bombs
good.
again.
God damn it! That would have been an amazing end of episode. It's like in Lost in season 3 where they're like, "Not Penny's boat," and he's like, "Not Penny's boat," and then at the start of season 4, he's like, "Not Penny's boat." What the fuck does that mean? Why is everyone worried about that? Who is Penny?
I'll open up comms with our base again.
Oh, yeah, you're calling. The command staff back on your dropship.
Yes.
Yes, they're
The
just
thing you got the message from was the
black box.
The black box.
Yeah, the Star League thing, right?
Correct. All right, yeah, so Howler's just like, sir, do you need us?
Yes, we have an urgent situation. I just received reliable information that there may be reinforcements inbound on planet. We do not know if they are enemy reinforcements or friendly. Assume enemy until proven otherwise. All staff on high alert. Do you understand?
I do, sir. Is there anything you'd like us to do for this convoy mission? Did we up security?
Abandon the convoy mission for now until we can determine whose reinforcements they are.
Understood.
If they're our reinforcements, proceed. If they are not, stand by to have the hammer brought down.
Is this the black box a two-way or is it just one way?
It's a fax machine. So you can send something back, but you know, they have to be listening for it.
And I will be sending back acknowledged.
Okay, so you just write one word and then you stuff the paper in. It scans it, but it's slow.
Did Harridan bring this out in front of everybody?
Yes.
What is that?
Something that I'm not at liberty to tell you.
How big is this thing? What is it? Is it like a big labeler, basically?
That is all, and I hang up.
Imagine the scanning part of a printer. With
it's that big.
It's like a tube that's like this long, like the length of a tennis racket.
So it's like a scroll case.
Yes.
Okay.
Did Bandito know about the black box? Or
yes, Bandito did know about
okay.
the black box because he's a staff officer.
Right.
You're the only other person in the unit that's cleared to know about this thing.
Gotcha.
This is a little Star League goodie that I've been ordered not to tell anyone other than command staff of its existence. So, that being said, I'm going to violate those rules and I will tell you precisely what it is, and I'll give the two of them a full breakdown.
Oh my god. Maxwell Harridan breaking the rules.
I think Bandito's like, hold on, sir, before you say anything, he's going to check, make sure nothing transponding. All right, we're full dark, go ahead.
Everything in airplane mode.
Everything in airplane mode.
All right, now you can spill the beans.
Give me
This
the
is
beans.
precisely what it is, what it does, and how it operates. Basically, it's paper communications with Star League that travels via HPG, but it's text only.
Why?
Because it's off the Hyperpulse network. Comstar are not aware of its existence and are not aware of the communications relayed through it.
Yeah, but why do you need that?
Because this allows near real-time communications with the rest of Star League's forces.
Do you not trust Comstar or something?
Nope.
Also, you can't contact Comstar on this planet because the clans control the HPG. But also, no one trusts Comstar.
Comstar has been
This
sketchy
allows for
since
secured communications that cannot be intercepted, which means there are communications that cannot be put into the hands of the enemy. That being said, if we are to be taken captive, the very first and only duty I have is to make sure that device is destroyed.
So what happens at this point is we cut sideways to Gleemo's character, Harbinger, sneezing, and then continuing saying a prayer to the word of Blake before cutting back to all of you.
Comstar has been known to occasionally work with the clans as a method, so to speak, to cooperate and make sure people don't die as fast.
Essentially, for operational security, Comstar cannot be trusted.
Yes. Except for apparently word of Blake. We trust them for some reason.
Not really. Yeah.
Okay. Glad I'm not the only one.
Be friendly with them, yes. Trust them, no.
It really pains
Somewhere
me to
the
see
word of
Harbinger.
Blake operative in your unit sneezes in the darkness. We never see them though. We just see them like shadowed out.
It's like someone wearing a hoodie that's, front so you can't see anything except just a silhouette.
No, it's like those shitty 90s interviews where they were like, we're going to call in now with someone. We've disguised their voice. and they're just like sitting in the darkness in his shadow.
Okay, it's the guy who leads the vehicle lance. Who drives the
Zane
scout car.
Reiser? Why does everyone always the one time
Fucking
someone
Zane
remembers he
Reiser.
exists?
I always
not
remember he
Zane Reiser.
exists.
Obviously,
What a piece of shit.
What the fuck? Oh my god.
I don't have any problems with him.
He's all right.
Because
He
you
was an
haven't spent
asshole
any
to him.
time around him.
He was an asshole to Hallard back in the day, but he kind of got over it, I think. Probably not.
You're right, Rad. I haven't met him. That's what I'm saying. But he seems fine.
Anyways, this device and knowledge of it is top secret, and I am violating orders that could probably get me killed by even telling you what it is. So,
All right, so at least you know. At least you admit it.
Bandito's like, I've done all of my work here. I won't be executed for this treason.
if I cannot
didn't say
trust
it.
everyone present in this room, then I can't trust anyone at all. So,
Legacy of Kenneth Cross Jr. gonna on forever.
Oh, God.
Oh yeah, Rad missed Kenneth Cross Jr.
Is there a Kenneth Cross Jr. now?
Oh boy, you missed a whole
in
sequence, my
comic
friend.
form, Bandito is
Oh, in
Kenneth
comic
Cross
form.
Jr.
Okay.
Was he
You
just
also missed
blatantly
Eyes of the
Bandito?
Archon. Don't worry, you didn't
I'll
miss
catch it on the VOD.
Yo, you're good. All right. So, just to be clear before we move forward, Star Captain here has a legitimate ID card of someone who kind of looks like him. The rest of you have ID cards that kind of look like you. As a technician, as a laborer for McGurk, and as a merchant artist for Selena, who is also wearing a very fanciful, covered in clan iconography hoodie to back up her unique mystique. Yes, Sid.
What my
One thing
note-
is, Beans, we're taking this highly classified piece of technology with us basically into the den of the clans.
You're also
want-
not allowed to leave it with anyone because only you or Bandito.
I
Okay.
would,
And we're both here.
I would at least want to retroactively make certain that the case that this thing is stored in is fitted with a remote detonator.
It is. If you don't
Where-
input the correct code, it'll explode.
Okay, where both Bandito and I have triggers that can pop it.
Sure. They operate off of your watch, James Bond style.
Perfect.
You just need to press the timepiece button 3 times and it'll explode.
Oh man, that's gonna suck if we try to change the time on our watches and we actually
know,
press the
right?
button 3 times.
Daylight savings time is gonna suck.
Because you're trying to cycle through the hour and minute time, and you just press the wrong button 3 times. Uh-oh.
They're touchscreen watches. You shouldn't
Those
have
are
to
the
press-
worst.
Oh my god.
Oh,
Is that
man,
like when you
makes it-
try to put your thumbprint on your phone and it doesn't read it over and over and over again? And it
Yeah,
just
it's
blows up?
awful. You gotta like roll your thumb through it.
Oh god.
A six
I just
digit
want to
code
make
is
sure
good
that
enough.
we have some way of blasting that thing if one of us dies or if it gets captured.
I mean, sir, the best you could do is just slap a brick of C4 onto it and then just wait. I don't recommend doing it. That was a joke.
Are you ready to move forward to the capital?
For this. Bum, bum,
Yes.
bum, 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 bum. Yep.
I think the
Are
whole
you
trip,
ready?
the whole trip there, Black Rabbit's gonna be making the art to put in the thing.
What
if we
is
need it
this art?
beforehand.
Is it a sculpture? Is it a painting? Is it a drawing?
I think it's a painting.
What are you
Sorry,
drawing? What are you
typical
painting?
Medium. I think before we talked about a smoked jaguar, but each spot is another smoked jaguar.
Oh, fractal smoke jaguars. Yeah.
Fractal smoked jaguars. You said they liked extravagant stuff, so it's gonna be like really big as the pickup can hold.
That oversized picture.
Okay. Yeah. As your truck rolls up, you reach the outskirts of the capital. Your road has been diverted to like an off-road area, and you can see that clan military personnel are like pulling people off the roads and checking identifications and sorting them out, you can hear someone shouting, "All right, free births, you know how this goes. If you lost your partner or any of your spawn, you may apply for another one for purposes of morale as soon as possible. We are going to be placing you in work camps so that you can continue your duty to the clan. When housing is available, you will be allowed to go to housing. Until then, you will be secured in this camp. No, you cannot complain. No, you cannot do anything except what we tell you. You are transients. You are free births." As they're going down the line, like, everybody is giving the exact same speech, but in their own way of like, "Ew, you're all disgusting." Someone comes up on your truck and salutes you and says, "Star Captain, I apologize. We didn't know that you were coming through this checkpoint."
I believe he just used a contraction.
Well, that's me. That's not him.
It is fine. Please, we are in a hurry.
Can I just check your identification, sir?
He'll nod and show him his identification.
You don't need to check our identification.
Yeah, no. He says, and if I could just check your codex real quick, and he gestures to the thing on your arm.
These aren't the codex you're looking for.
Okay, come on down.
Make a force roll.
Spend a destiny die.
He'll show him the codex.
Yeah, he just waves a scanner over it and flips through some data real quick and says, "Oh, Rystar. I didn't realize we had any of those on. My apologies, sir. You know, I really respect the Moon bloodline. I'm Moon bloodline myself, but not with the kind of genetic heritage that you have, sir."
Clanners are so fucking weird when they compliment each other. Dim jeans, though.
He says,
Yes.
"And what's your purpose while you are in the capital?"
To see the art exhibit.
Incredible. Must be nice being an officer. All right, let him through. And he's like, whoosh, whoosh, and like a couple of dispossessed Mechwarriors with las rifles pick up and move the barriers to allow your truck and only your truck through. Then they close it off and get the next people that are coming in line are just like, "Get out of your vehicle, useless Surat freeburst. It's time for you to go to the work camp."
Your very existence offends me.
Exactly.
Don't make eye contact. Look at the ground.
Welcome to the concentration camp.
Yeah.
If you just look at my knees, those eyes need to be lower.
So all of you drive into this town. It is night and day to where you've been. Like, everything in this town is thoroughly cleaned. There's no rioting here. Everything is that little perfect clan society you've always heard about, except for every few blocks you just find a whole like apartment building that's been raised. Just it's you know, it's like you're in a very nice downtown area, and then you're like in the fucking hell zone of a war. And then you keep driving, you're like, "Oh, nice downtown area, shiny, well kept." And near each one of them you can see that someone has like put up a clan notice indicating that this is the 1 in 10 who have been decimated as a result of, you know, insurrectionist freebirths trying to stand up for this false Star League that has sprung up on planet. And that if you continue trying to resist, another 10% will be eliminated. Foot traffic, cars.
Any McGurk wanted posters yet?
Oh, yes, they're everywhere.
Really? What do they say? Do they say
Okay,
anything
so
on them?
let me be clear. At the bottom of some of these posters is a little Black Rabbit Chan has been drawn, or Black Rabbit Chan stickers have been drawn. They don't offer money because the clans don't really use money, but they do offer Kerensky work credits. an automatic bump in cast, or if you're a scientist already, an automatic bump within the cast up to the next tier. They just indicate that this man is dangerous and that he has stolen technology from the clans, and he needs to be returned with his stolen machinery for vivisection.
What's the stolen machinery? Do they say? Does it say?
It does not.
What's the implication there?
The implication is they want your Battlemech.
That makes perfect sense. Everyone wants my Battlemech.
Wait, which one?
I'm sure the crab, right? Because that's like a Karinsky original, isn't it?
Yes.
You have thoroughly sullied such a machine in their eyes.
You have insulted their
Makes sense now.
founder's machine.
You're really struggling with that, aren't you?
You don't have to talk like an idiot when you talk to me. I mean, you can, but
No, don't drop it. You might mess it up later.
Indeed.
Make up your mind.
Plus, it's really funny.
It is quite so.
I hate everything.
You were the one that wanted to be the star captain.
Did you have a better idea?
You know, if we go with the seduction plan, you can do that genes comment he made on you earlier. You know,
Yes, that
You've
was.
got some
I
nice
do believe he was looking
genetics.
rather fresh with you there. You've got some nice genes.
Wow, I'm scared of seeing Cotton try to seduce somebody.
that's some
You
top
got
shelf
some
DNA
nice
you got there.
genetics. Took a look at your codex, boy.
that is a skill I'm not great at.
I would love to combine my genes with yours in a test tube. Can't wait to have 100 babies with you, and then watch 90% of them get killed in training.
I bet your RNA looks lovely under the moonlight.
Wow, Jesus. You went from clans to vampires again.
Is there a difference?
Wow. I can't tell whether you're shit-talking the clans or shit-talking vampires.
Both?
Damn it. Vampires are cool.
They're both blood-seeking leeches. So.
This is true.
Ah.
Unholy bastards. One of science, one of unnatural necromancy.
You choose which is which. Let us know in the comments below.
So, you know that as a star captain, you're fairly high ranking on this planet. You know, there's only like 4 or 5 other individuals that are at your level. You could easily commandeer literally any place in this entire city. Just be like, all right, I want this building. Or you could perhaps stay at the barracks. You have days. You have 3 days remaining before this art exhibit.
I think we should get ourselves the whole top floor of a hotel so that we can have a possible fallback point for air extraction.
They do not have hotels.
What's the tallest building they got?
A former hotel that is now a dormitory for workers.
Ew.
Star captain wouldn't stay in the same building as workers.
No. They'd make all the workers leave.
We do need some privacy, though, in case we mess up. You know, staying in the barracks not a great idea, in my
More
opinion.
to the point, for when we mess up.
Is there any we want to find a location that has a good egress point. Potentially like access to, I don't know if there's any kind of underground sewer or network or tunneling or anything like that. I don't know what the infrastructure of this city looks like. But we want to look for exit routes. A location with as many possible fortuitous exit routes as possible.
Okay. I feel like that's gonna be a roll.
Okay.
Preferably, how about preferably somewhere where the population is much lower?
All right. So I'm gonna set the difficulty based on all the modifiers that you're looking for. So 1, you're looking for number of exit routes. 2, you want it to have minimal population.
It'd probably be nice.
Anything else?
That's all I need.
Enough bedrooms.
Okay.
Oh, so yeah, someplace just to that same point, but to expand on it, someplace that's culturally non-suspicious for a Star Colonel to commandeer, right? Like something that would make sense to an onlooker.
Okay, make a investigation roll, and you're looking for a 14.
I cannot aid on this.
I don't know if Black Rabbit's any help, but she's pointing out all the buildings that look the nicest to her.
It's clear that in all of the old architecture, everything that's not 10 years or younger, the buildings look beautiful and have a history to them. And to all of the newest stuff, it is literally just a fucking box. It's walls and a roof.
So
You're lucky if you have a window.
Without any negative modifiers, I rolled a 14.
Okay, it's exactly what you wanted.
What was the negative modifiers?
That I added them to the difficulty of the roll.
Oh, okay. So I just needed to get 14.
Correct.
Okay.
There is a former police precinct, which is both close enough to the art gallery and also next to like the merchant artiste district. But no one would look twice at a star captain like taking up residence there in the city rather than in the barracks, especially if he has like a special project team with him. More importantly, it has enough rooms because it's designed, it's like a volunteer before the fall of the city. It's like a volunteer fire department area. It's got enough bedrooms. It's got 2 stories, sewer access. It's got a helicopter roof pad. Plenty of windows, which
Nice.
You're not going to find in many buildings around here.
Do I have to kick people out? Is that what I need to do?
Well, Star Captain, I believe it is time for you to relocate the current residence.
Indeed.
So when you enter the building, the landlord supervisor immediately begins flop sweating. As he moves towards you, he smooths over his comb over and says, "Oh, great Star Captain, warrior. What can I do for you in our humble establishment? I assure you, our inspections are up to code."
I am commandeering this building. You
what
may leave.
what will I do with the people who live here, sir? Myself and my family.
How many people are here?
It looks like there are 4 families of 16 people.
Of course. This does not concern me.
He takes a step towards you and says, "Please, Star Captain, I understand that you could just kick me out, but if you could make some sort of arrangements to smooth our trip, this is my job, my life. Where are the clans reassigning me to, sir?"
Waste extraction.
Find new accommodations for yourself. I will give you mandate to.
Oh, you're saying I can take any place in the city I want?
You cannot take. You will. See if you can live.
Can I just get you to sign this authorization form, sir?
What is the authorization form say?
It's like a moving authorization. He hasn't filled any of it out. He just wants you to sign the supervising, his supervisor would sign it, or a superior officer at any, any merchant or scientist or technician or warrior could sign this and be like, "Okay, you have to move now."
He'll sign it.
All right. He's just like, "All right, well, if you could give us a few hours, I'll have everything packed up and ready to go."
You have to.
Very, very well, sir. Just could I get you a cold drink? Maybe you'd like to use the sofa over here. I suppose it's your sofa now.
Hurry.
We've got the latest clan entertainment on the television. Just load up the TiVo there.
Don't make it an hour and a half.
Okay, so he starts running and he's like, okay, dear, it's time for us to go get the kids. We need to get everybody out. We're all moving. I don't care where the rest of you go. My family and I are taken care of.
He'll have moving arrangements, like authorizations moved for everybody else as well.
Okay, so at that point, he steps back his assholes and a little bit. He says, okay, the Stark Captain, in his benevolence, has given authorizations for all of you. We can take any other rooms in the city that we want, so let's pick something nice and make sure whoever we kick out goes to the concentration camps. I mean, the work camps.
Productivity camps.
I would love to go to, but I am too important. Star Captain, we'll be out in time.
Don't tempt
I
me.
feel like you should send him to the camp.
It's tempting.
You just used a contraction.
He's a low-ranking clan laborer. Give him
I was
a
doing
little
so
bit
good
of
up until this point.
Yeah.
I want to elbow him when he uses a contraction.
Oh well, this is Crimson back in the day. Perfect. Do you need me to get you a taser, Cotton?
No.
Cattle prod specifically.
It was just like a gentle elbow to help remind him not to do that.
So let me be clear.
A taser would be hilarious. It isn't.
There's no way these people can move their entire lives in 2 hours, but they take only the most important things that they have and begin loading them. They leave them outside so that they can have a vehicle come along and pick them up to take it.
That's fine.
Okay. So at this point, you basically have a fully furnished facility for 16 people with plenty of children's toys and, yeah. The guy's outside, making arrangements. He's just looking for the best laborer dormitory in the city that he can get away with.
I've already got my head in the fridge.
They have laborer food here, so clan ration bread and canned water.
Is there canned air?
No, the air here is good. The air here is as pure as the genetics of a clan warrior.
Can I spend the time helping the kids pack their toys? I don't want them to leave it.
Yes, you can. If that's your priority, you make sure the kids leave with all of their toys.
Perfect.
McGurk's probably got one. And she's
Got
trying
a little stuffed giraffe.
Just trying to pull it out of his hands, before he just lets it go. Then to console himself, he goes over the refrigerator and gets a can and opens it and just goes to chug it and then just spits it out all over the place.
I think Bandito's just standing there, just putting on his best mean mug, waiting for them to leave.
They're gone
feeling
now.
Internally bad for what he's doing.
You should feel awful.
Once everybody leaves, I claim the nicest bed.
I had to do the dick move. I don't get the nicest bed. That sucks.
I mean, for appearances, the Star Captain should get the nicest room.
Well, he can pretend he has it when he's, making appearances. I call dibs. That's how it works.
She did call dibs. Damn it.
Dibs is
That's
law.
fair. Well, if we have anyone coming about unexpectedly, I should take the smallest room available.
I mean, the smallest room available is still a room design. It's a suite of rooms.
Right.
It's not look, this is clan society, so it's been redesigned for 2 beds for, one bed for the parents, one bed for the kids, maybe a bunk bed situation for the kids, but it's
this is
small,
an apartment building, basically,
as
right?
small as their tiny bodies could fit into. Everything here is Spartan, so minimal furniture. The clothing here wouldn't fit very many of you to begin with, because everybody here is shorter than all of you. And yeah, I mean, it's nice in the way that a hospital room is nice.
Are they shorter than me? I'm not very tall.
Okay, that could be true. Everybody else is taller than you, though.
Yeah.
Han's I can wear some of the kids' clothing.
can in real life.
We should bring our gear inside in case someone tries to yoink it from the
Indeed.
truck.
In case anyone wanders by, we can't have the star captain hauling his own luggage, though. I'll take care of that.
And
I like
you're
my
the only one
weapons.
that can
Keep me with
carry
my
a gun,
weapons.
so
Yeah. You guys carry everything else. I'll carry my gun. I just feel like an asshole. I'm sorry.
Well, you made a good one. You pat him on the shoulder.
That
We are a
doesn't make
group
me
of
feel better.
clowns. We have to look like them and
years of practice
like them.
finally
We,
paid
we
off.
can have a session later if it'll make you feel better.
After about an hour, you're all settled in. You've picked your rooms. Your stuff has started to get spread out. Someone knocks on the front door of the building.
I will answer it.
Okay, when you open it, it is wearing scientist medical officer fatigues. Is Caden Van Zant, one of your special forces troopers.
I'll look down, keep up appearances, and I'll motion for him to come inside.
Yep. And as soon as he steps inside, it closes the door. He salutes you. Sir, I appreciate the deception.
Of course.
I just wanted to bring this data slat. I can't stay for very long. I'm on my way to my shift, but I figured you'd want all of the local information we've been able to gather here.
Oh, thank you very much. I appreciate that. Give us something to review.
Absolutely, sir. And if you're looking for the best restaurants in the area, the Italian pizza place 2 blocks down serves authentic food. I would consider it food compared to most of what the clans offer here.
Excellent. Yes, I just tried some of the bread and water a little while ago.
The canned water is slightly drugged, sir.
It's a good thing I spit it out.
Good to know.
It contains laxatives and just to prevent anyone from getting food poisoning from the...
Just kind of look back over my shoulder to like the 4 cans that I drank.
Yeah.
If he mentions the water's drugged, I take all of them away from McGurk, like move them as far as I can
Bandito's
from
currently
him.
drinking one.
Again, sir, it's a very mild laxative. You would need to drink your full daily ration of 8 cans to be affected by it, and even then it's still incredibly mild.
McGurk gave up on it as soon as he figured out it was water, but now that he hears that it's mildly
this
drugged, he's like,
isn't fair.
That's why she started moving.
yeah.
Very well.
Sir, I need to get back to my shift.
Thank you for bringing this. I appreciate it. Be safe.
I'll send someone by every day. I'm not sure what your mission is here, but we'll stay in contact.
Thank you.
Right. Yeah, it's clear that your coming here has not gone unnoticed to the locals.
The locals or just our guys?
Your guys and the locals. So after a few hours, right as the sun is setting, someone is painting 3 gray stars on the side of your building to indicate that a star captain is currently in residence.
Attentive. I like that. Perhaps we need a little bit more of this clan-style discipline in our own unit.
Sir, I feel like an asshole. I'd rather not. And you and I both know, along with Girk, that is physically impossible for our group.
Bandito, we are here to save lives. Remember that. If you're being
Yeah,
mean
it
to
doesn't
people,
mean I don't still feel like an asshole.
worry about that later. It is quite possible that you will end up having to end people's lives, put them into the camps, do all sorts
don't
of
say
terrible
that.
things. Just remember, the good of
You're
the
not
mission
making it better,
first.
sir. Sir, I want to ask you to shut up.
The good of the mission first. Now, we have some information to review.
Bandito, did you want to go talk somewhere?
No, I'm all right.
Are you sure?
Right
Yeah.
at that
You
moment,
seem stressed.
there is a side scene with the supervisor whose kids are just like, Daddy, I'm so glad that star captain was nice enough not to put us in the work camps today. And he's like, that's right, honey. It's a good thing that he has a kind heart. Even though he might have stolen our house and most of our belongings, at least we aren't in the labor camps. Like
least we're
these
not
people
dead.
that I'm currently evicting.
They have like an even smaller kid, and
No, there's no kids being sent. It's just like 2 adult like brothers or something that he's evicting on. And he's like, get out now. I have authorization from a star captain. That's how important I am, you schmucks.
Stab him.
And the kid is like, Daddy, I love it when you use your authority. You're so cool.
That guy gets stabbed.
So, and again, just before you begin your discussion, you can hear on like broadcast speakers set throughout the city that there's like a morale boosting event where a clan officer is like, if you have recently lost your loved ones, including your spouse or your children, you can request new ones. You will be provided with another marriage opportunity by the clan.
That's peculiar.
Clans
It's taking mail order bride to a whole new level. Government issued bride?
Oh, I'm sure that they go through
Arranged
some sort of
marriage?
I was gonna say,
genetic
yeah, it's not just-
screening process, and
It's also a government issued husband. They're
Mhm.
chosen to mate together for the purposes of genealogy. So yep, state arranged marriages. That is correct.
So what sort of information did we get on this tablet?
Local like military officers and attendants, like the updated street names and a current map, which you didn't have. Locations that the intelligence officers you sent here have been scouting. So locations of like clan police outposts that are called the Watch. Merchants who are known to provide information to the Watch have been listed here. So just to be clear, the Clan Watch is an intelligence organization in the way that like a Boy Scout Honor Code Society has an intelligence operation. They sit around and they wait for somebody to be like, I'm sorry, I committed a crime. And then they're like, oh, you did bad. We're the Watch. We know everything.
We caught you so good.
Yeah. Like they're clan warriors who have no investigative or creative flexibilities. So they kind of the usually investigations resolve in death, and they're like, let's sprinkle some crack on them. No, wait, we're clans. We don't need to do that. We can just say that we wanted to do it. Yeah, so like he's listed merchants that you should stay away from because they're noted to be like snitches. Watch, and they use that to get ahead. Like they'll snitch on somebody to the Watch that may or may not be guilty, and the Watch never double checks the information, rushes them. It's noted good restaurants. This doesn't seem to be in the military part of the file. It's just personal notes annotated by the members of the intelligence group who are like, man, where is a good place to get some fucking coffee in this city? Like they've been to like 14 different coffee shops over the last week, and they finally found one.
I like start scrolling the list over his shoulder to look for booze.
The clans have bars, but only like warrior castes are allowed to attend them. Right? You can request an alcohol ration if you are lower caste, but it's like weak ass beer.
Video makes note of the
warriors get the
warrior
good
cast
stuff.
bars.
So
I do believe that we're going to need your star captainage to obtain some.
Now just
something a
know,
bit stronger for Black Rabbit.
the more stuff you request, the more attention you're going to draw to yourself.
Indeed.
Right? So there's not that many clan warriors left on planet. They're thinking less than 50 clan warriors and officers are in the city to actually enforce anything. The issue is that several of them are elementals and have been pretty good at pacifying the population through blowing up buildings.
We'll make
Turns
that
out-
48.
Heavy Seven's like, I'm gonna take one of those elemental battle suits and shove it up your ass.
I'll look for the names of the 2 officers that we killed and scratch them off.
So they were never listed as being part of the city garrison force. They were They
They're
were
peripheral.
brought from afar to set up. Yeah, and it includes information about that resupply base, which is how you got it in the first place, was from them, from your intelligence officers. It includes information that they were setting it up so that they could either have a fallback point if they failed to take Marzuka, or if they wanted to like do a big surge and have a rearming station. You know, like have Omnimex go out, fight you, then come back, pick up new ammunition, and go back out in the field.
Does it make note where the facility we're looking for is?
The art facility or the command center?
Command center.
The command center is north of town. Going up there is restricted. So like they have not been able to get close. You have to be you have to be part of the clan military apparatus, or you have to be someone that lives on base. Like all the technicians, laborers, and scientists that work there all live there. I could try to get somebody reassigned.
I want to kind of put my finger on the pulse of what information they're putting out about our unit.
So there's nothing specifically about Crow's Black, but it is putting information out about mercenaries, scumbag, murderers, like clan killers, heretics against Kerensky's vision, thieves, genetic dead ends have invaded the planet under the guise of a false star league. That the local people will be punished for their actions because they continue to support it. They're in league with the local Rasselhagian separatists who have been causing problems for some time. They're basically trying to say you aren't who you say you are.
Right. Yeah.
Over the last 2 days, there's been a number of notices that, that you've taken nuclear warheads and are threatening to destroy the planet.
Smart. I make it a point not to go out. Like once we've got our little place, like I don't go out and about. I don't go to any coffee shops. I don't run any errands. I know that I'm the most recognizable person here, even with full makeup and all that. So I'm playing it super low key.
Smart.
So
we go into quarantine.
Basically, we're here to find where these nukes are located or whatever.
Are you sure you could go 3 days without a haircut?
Dude, I'm dying over here, okay? Don't even get me started on that.
I'm sorry. Sid, you were saying something useful, unlike my bullshit.
So basically, I want to try and figure out some way that we can locate where the science facilities are located, or wherever a large cache of nuclear bombs might be stored.
So there are science facilities in the city, but in all probability, the nuclear bombs are stored in the command center.
And I don't think we need to go over there
It's
just
a
yet.
dangerous place to go.
Yeah, I mean, the whole point of this mission is for you to infiltrate the command center and stop the nuclear explosions. So
Shoot them up in space. Be like, haha, take that. Eat that, nuclear winter.
Yeah, you definitely don't want to shoot nukes into space, because nukes in space are as bad or worse than nukes on the ground, but sure.
Take that, everyone.
Are there any restaurants or coffee shops or anything like that would give us visibility on the command center so we can, scope it, get an idea?
I imagine the command center is surrounded by a giant wall.
It is surrounded by a giant wall. However, there is a restaurant located at the top of a tower, like a Hard Rock Cafe, that should theoretically allow you to see into the command center. It's like a scientist cast only facility. Like a warrior could get in there, but they'd be looked at weird. I mean, the warrior could just be like, everyone leave.
Get out.
Of course, I mean, that would make a huge splash, right? Like, warrior shows up and dismisses everybody. They'd be all over the planet in a few hours. But yeah, you could do it.
Yeah. I think we should wait on that.
Well, that building is tall enough where the cafe would give us an overlook. What about
The issue
roof?
is it's a scientist only
What about the
cafe.
roof?
The
I mean, the
It's
cafe
on the
doesn't
roof.
take up the entire building. Oh, the cafe
It's
is
on the roof.
yes, it's
Yeah.
like a Hard Rock Cafe. Yeah.
And there are no.
What
other
about the
buildings
floor
nearby
under
to
the
get overlook?
cafe?
Yeah, what
So
about
the
floor
rest of
under?
the building is like administrative. It'd be like a federal building for like a major city. It's like an administrative center for clan scientists, administrators to keep track of everything that's happening in the capital, make sure everybody gets supplies, make sure medicine, 911, the watch, all of that will work.
There's no other buildings that would work.
Nothing else that is that tall and can see over the north wall of the, what would be the south wall north of the city into the command center.
Is there any sort of blueprints for the sewers or anything that they might have looked through?
These, you're talking about the intelligence officers that you've sent to the
Yes.
city, they don't have access to something like that.
I mean, our guys are all up in this. Like, we've infiltrated the city. They
Yes,
don't have.
they have infiltrated the city as like paramedics and doctors and such. They're infiltrating as like scientist cast, but they're low ranking and they're trying to do like they're trying to stay away from each other and just gather as much information as possible rather than hit any place specific.
So when one of them makes their, daily
Yeah,
visits
one
or
of them
whatever,
go to that cafe and
I want to get them to drop off like, a dossier on what they've gathered on the command facility.
Okay.
Right. Because we know that they know stuff about it. They're the ones that told us about this whole threat.
Correct.
Right. Their intel is why we're here.
Yep.
But if there's anything that was sensitive that they couldn't transmit to us before that we can get from them now that we can see
Or
them
they
in person.
could, go up there and scout. with,
Right.
like,
Or
a
if they,
camera
I don't know if
something.
they have any
Yeah.
assets like little drones or, whatever they have. I feel like they would have already tried to find out everything they could find out. So I just want to know what that is. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like, I want the most up-to-date data.
I mean, I don't disagree that they've tried to find everything that they can. On the other hand, they have only had a week to settle in here.
Right.
And if they get caught, they'll be horrifyingly murdered. So
Okay.
they could be slow playing it. But if you tell them, go to the top and get all the information you want, they'll do that.
Yeah, I think that's probably worthwhile. I mean, I know that puts them at risk because that's a dangerous proposition, but
Yes.
we're
It's
under
worth it at
the
this
threat
point.
of nuclear, attack. I
We're
think
gonna
this
have to
is
take
when
some
you take
measures.
those kind of risks.
They're intelligence officers. They sign up to do this.
Okay, yeah,
Sorry, what do we call it? Operatives? Yes, they are operatives.
operators.
Operators. Yes.
That's a cool new term.
Yeah.
Tactical.
Snake eaters, trigger pullers.
Snake eaters?
Snake eaters.
Are you sure that's
Yeah,
not
that-
from Vietnam?
No, snake eaters is a term we use. We use that pretty often.
I would have thought that was really old. All right.
Probably is.
Cotton, how you feeling? We doing the second half or just the first half?
It's up to you guys.
No, it's up to you, and it's okay to say that you're tired and you can't do a second half.
I'll be fine.
Okay. Then I'm not going to start our introductions now. Is there anything else you all want to do on the night of the first day?
I want to unpack my painting and keep working on it.
Yeah. We should make a roll about that.
Okie dokie.
What is the artistic... Oh, it's literally just called art.
Yeah, they kept that for some reason.
There's an art, but there's not like deception.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, just to tell me what you're doing, Heavy 7 can give you an automatic +1 bonus as he is your assistant.
Yeah.
Yeah,
For
yeah,
the tapestries.
yeah, it's a
Not manly
tapestry.
enough. Not manly enough.
I am
Need more
going
edges.
to set the difficulty of this check at 12.
I want to pose like nude as like a Greek statue and have her draw me with like a jaguar head.
That actually is pretty Greek, actually.
with spots.
Not for the jaguar
spots.
part, but every other part, like a half animal demigod thing. Yeah,
like one of those marble statues, the really realistic like draped toga.
Apollo.
McGurk, if you don't have get pants on, I am going to shoot you.
He's just standing there with his pants around his ankles, like, what?
Can I do it? I'd love to do it right now. This is a very bad sight.
Just put a leaf.
Right now.
All right. He doesn't pull it. He pulls his pants up, but like as he walks away, so it's kind of like the awkward little like shuffle walk.
When I say shoot you, you remember I have an autocannon.
And he probably didn't go like, when he was presenting the ideas, he'd probably just got the pants down. He was still like in boxers. He's like, all right.
So we have confirmed.
She catches him
Boxers,
before
not briefs. Okay.
She catches him before the box. How about both boxer briefs come down?
I was gonna say boxer briefs are the most efficient choice, but not all men are into that kind of thing.
It's true. I feel like McGurk is kind of like a tidy whities guy.
I don't think so. This is a guy who walks around in a Hawaiian shirt all day. He wants comfort.
Frankly, he's probably a commando in more ways than one. But
wow, that's living dangerous, especially at his age.
Yeah.
Cotton, would you like to make this roll?
Okay, yeah, I'm just gonna roll.
Yeah, thanks. I appreciate that.
I made it weird.
Got a 5, but I think with his +1, I have +8.
That's
Plus
okay.
13.
That's exactly what you needed.
Jesus.
Yeah, I mean,
That's
you
some
lock
art.
it in there. You get sorry, I don't know art terms, so butcher everyone's collective imagination real quick. You get that first rough draft penciling in there, but now you gotta, you gotta do it again, but with sharper, crisper lines. Brad is over here dying. He's like, what do you think I do, Arthur? How do you think I make things?
Please keep going. Please describe more.
Please continue, Governor.
Please continue describing the art to me.
I'm sorry. I watch Aricido and Connor Hughes make art, so all that has to happen is you do it one time and it's perfect. You don't need to make an outline. You just move your brush across the table, and
doesn't make any
it
sense.
fills itself in and colors magically. It's
I'm just mystified about how they can do that without a sketch.
No form work whatsoever. Just I'm gonna draw the final line art right now. I'm gonna start on the eyebrow.
Sorry, so that's how I learned art. Was watching the two of them live.
Like witchcraft.
I'm gonna start on the eyebrow, and then I'm gonna randomly stop halfway through one eye and move over to an elbow.
And that's all gonna make perfect sense when I stop.
And it's all gonna come together and be fine.
They're masters of proportion.
This is a dude who just draws art panels like for 9 hours a day. You know what I mean? Like, there's no pose or face he hasn't already drawn like 14 times, so he just can start wherever. It doesn't even matter.
Well, Connor watches the show, so I'm sure we'll hear about this in the pods.
Well, for when you see this, know that, Connor, you're ridiculous.
It's witchcraft, basically.
It's witchcraft.
I feel like that's good enough to take us to the break. We'll be back for the second half in 8 minutes. Stick around for more witchcraft.